everybody. Welcome and welcome back to Quilting Beauty and Books, my corner of YouTube. I pray that you and your family are all doing well today and that you enjoyed today's video. In today's video, I will be sharing with you guys my most anticipated books for this year that's coming up, but I'm only going to do January through April because sometimes they add a book in there or two, so I only like to do a couple months at a time. And let's get cracking so you guys can see what books I anticipate on buying. Now, before we go there, I always got to say, before I go there, before I go there, remember I said, I can't remember in what video, please don't give me the line, don't charge it to my head, don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my head, because a little girl, getting a little old, see all that gray up and down. But anywho, I remember saying that I was not going to be purchasing a lot of books all at one time anymore because I am lacking bookshelf space. I'm giving myself at least every 4, maybe 5 months because I want to read at least 20 books before I go and splurge on books again. So far, guys, so far this year, I've only read 2, about to start my 3rd one, and it's because another thing I told you in another video, I was planning on going back to school. I did get in. I'm super, super excited. I'll share that a little bit later on in this video. But anywho, let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to share with you how I find out about the books. I go on to christianbook.com and they have at the bottom or on my phone. Let's do it on my phone because that's what I have here. You go down to the bottom and it says, where it says shops, Bibles, Christmas, book gifts, and all that. You see this list of stuff? I choose the one that says fiction. And then, told you my Wi-Fi a little bit slow. And then it says popular fiction pages right here. I go click on the one that says coming soon. And then it'll break it down by the months. Well, it got categories, but it's scroll past the categories. I'm not looking for by category. I'm looking for the breakdown by the month. So, you ready? I want to tell you guys, this is kind of like live, but not live, because I don't plan on doing a lot of editing because I got a lot of homework to do. So, I wanted to hurry up and get this video up for you guys. I'm super, super excited. And the first 2 books I see I'm not interested in. I don't think, but I'm not interested in them right now. No. Maybe January is going to be a bust. Let's see, what is this one? A Long Time Coming hardcover by Robin W. Pearson. Let's see what this one talks about. I think this is one of the ones I did choose. What I'll do is I'll put a picture up on the screen here of the books. And the first one that's coming out in January, due to be released January 10th, 2020, and it's again called A Long Time Coming by Robin Pearson, and it is about just because Beatrice Agnew finds out she's dying doesn't mean she can't keep her mouth shut about the truth. If any of her children have questions about their daddy and the choices she made after he abandoned them, they best take it up with Jesus. There's no room in Granny B's house for regret or holding on, or so she thinks. Her granddaughter, Evelyn Lester, shows up on Beatrice's doorstep anyway, burdened with her own secret baggage. Determined to help her Granny B mend fences with her far-flung brood, Evelyn turns her grandmother's heart and home inside out. Evelyn's meddling uncovers a tucked away box of old letters, forcing the two women to wrestle with their past and present pain as they confront the truth Beatrice has worked a lifetime to hide. Again, that book is called A Long Time Coming, and it is by Robin W. Pearson. This sounds kind of cute. I want to read that one. That is a definite one that I will be getting, and I look forward to reading it. The next book, then that was it for January. That's the only book that I was interested in getting in January. Now I'm jumping down to February. Again, no. Yes, sir. Tessa Afshar, Dora of Rome. It is set to be released February 4th, 2020. It is about when the daughter of a Roman general meets a disinherited Jewish immigrant. Neither one can dream of God's plan to transform them into the most influential couple of the early church. Nor can they anticipate the mountains that will threaten to bury them. Their courtship, unwittingly shadowed by murder and betrayal, Priscilla and Aquila slowly work to build a community of believers while their love grows increasingly complicated thanks to a shaggy dogma, a mysterious runaway, and ruthless foe desperate for love. I don't know what a shaggy dogum is. I'm thinking it's a shaggy dog, but it's D-O-G-M. Maybe it's a typo. I don't know what that is. But anyway, let's continue. But when they are banished from their home by an emperor, they must join forces with an unusual rabbi named Paul and fight to turn treachery into redemption. Again, that is Daughter of Rome by Tessa Afshar. The next book, no, but this cover is cute, and it's book number 3 in a series, but I just want to show you this cover. It's The Land Beneath Us. I'm not going to put it up here because it's not one of the books that I'm showcasing. I'm just trying to enlarge it, but isn't that cover cute? Oh, so cute. No, but that's not one I'm interested in right now because I haven't read books 1 and 2, so can't read that one. Let's go on. This one is gonna get. This is by Morgan Bussey, Cry of the Raven. This is book number 3 in the Ravenwood saga, due to be released on the 4th of February, 2020. I can't wait. The cover reads, Lady Selene Ravenwood has come into her full power as a dreamwalker just as the war with the Dominion Empire begins. Working with the other great houses, Selene and Damien use their gifts to secure the borders and save those devastated by the war. But conflict, betrayal, and hatred begin to spread between the great houses, destroying their unity as the empire burns a path across their lands. At the same time, Damien Maris starts to lose his ability to raise the waters, leaving the lands vulnerable to the empire's attacks. The only one who can unite the houses and restore her husband's power is Selene Ravenwood, but it will require that she open her heart to those who have hurt her and let go of her past. Despite the one who haunts her and will do anything to stop her power. Will Selene survive? Or is she destined to fall like the dreamwalkers before her? I can't wait to... I was looking so forward to reading that book. Oh, it just made me want to go hurry up and read. Makes me want to go hurry up and read all these books so I can make sure I have this book in-house. But anyway, I'm going to wait. I'm going to try my best to wait. And I'll be honest with you guys, if I'm like, I had to get that book today. I'll let you guys know. Pray for me though. Stretch your hands out this way and pray for a sister. Lord, that'll hold on. Okay, back to scrolling. This one looked interesting. Let me see. The Swords of Silence by Sean Curry. I never heard of this author before. Let's see. No. The cover looks interesting though. This is a mite, and I will update you guys on it if I decide to get it, because it's two things that's striking me about this cover. First, the cover I am in love with, and I don't know if you can tell right here in this cover that is a quilted design. I can't wait. And this is book number 1, and it's going to be a trilogy. So, you know what? I'm going to put this one up here. I'll put it up there because, just because the quilting, element is in there, I got to get it. That's the wrong reason to buy a book, but, bear with me. And it's a fantasy. An intelligently presented historical fantasy that provokes thought from the start. The British Fantasy Society, where once new ideas and beliefs were accepted, now the country's military dictator, the Shogun, is shutting his country down to any outside influences. Father Johann Martinez, who left Portugal to make Hinzen province, Japan, his home, has been quietly tending to the lives of his villagers, but everything is about to be thrown into turmoil as the Shogun has outlawed Martinez's beliefs. Those who won't recant or accept banishment face a death sentence. With the threat of a massacre looming and the Shogun's samurai closing in, Father Martinez must decide if he is willing to risk everything to save those he has sworn to protect. Ooh, that sounds good. This is definitely gonna get. I'm looking forward to getting that book. Okay, From Sky to Sky. Again, cover stunning, new to me. Author Amanda G. Stevens. The cover is cute. But I just don't want to keep getting books because the cover is cute. Let's see what's going on with this book. I wanted to get this one. And again, a new to me author, Sean Dietrich, and it's called Stars of Alabama. The cover reads, or the product description reads, During the Great Depression, people find themselves uprooted. Marigold loses her baby in the forest and discovers she has an inexplicable power. Later, migrant workers Vern and Paul find a violet-eyed baby girl, and as Kansas dust storms rage, 14-year-old preacher Coots is on the run. As these stories intertwine, discover how healing and hope come alive. Sounds pretty good. I'm interested in reading that one. The next one is, I gotta get this one. And it is by Natalie Waters, and it's book number 3, Silent Shadows. And the product description reads, Pekka Galios moved to the tiny town of Walton, Georgia to protect her son and escape the dangerous lifestyle that once defined her. When a series of strange circumstances evolve into threats, Pekka finds herself confiding in an unlikely ally, her stubborn patient. Army veteran Colton Crawford is desperate to recover from the undiagnosed disorder that is ruining his life, and his instincts are on high alert when threats against his nurse and her son force him to take cover. But Colton's involvement only ramps up the danger when he uncovers a family secret, revealing that whoever is after Pekka is closer and more deadly than they realize. With this suspenseful new story, Natalie Walters welcomes you once more to Walton, Georgia, where everyone knows your name, but no one knows your secret. Okay. And this is in a series, and I know I got books. Okay, this is in the Living Lies, Deadly Deceit, the Harvard Secrets series by Natalie Walters, and I am due to read Living Lies next month with my girl Nay. We've been doing our buddy reads. So, if you're interested in getting in on this buddy read for Living Lies, make sure you go ahead and pick up the book or the ebook if that's what you decide to do, or the audiobook. So, join us. Next book. Of course, Like Flames in the Night by Connellan Consett, and it is book number 4, and I believe this is the final book in the Cities of Refuge series. And this book is about strong-willed Tirzah wants to join her people in driving the enemy from the land of Israel and undergoes training for a secret mission inside the stronghold of Shechem. But soon after she has infiltrated the ruthless Armenian commander's kitchen, she makes a reckless decision that puts her and her allies in grave danger. Fresh off the battlefield, Liam, new character because I never heard of that name, returns home to discover his beloved daughter is dead. After he vowed to hunt down her killer, leads to months of fruitless pursuit. His last hope is in a family connection that comes with strings attached. Strings that force him to pose as a mercenary and rescue an infuriating woman who refuses to leave her mission uncompleted. When an opportunity to pave a path to a Hebrew victory arises, can Tirzah convince Liam to fight alongside her in the refuge city of her birth? Or will Liam's thirst for vengeance outweigh his duty to his people, his God, and the woman he's come to love? All right now, Connellan Consett, tell me something. I'm looking forward to reading that one, and I'm sorry I haven't told you guys the release dates. This is going to be set to be released 3/3/20, and I know the other ones I did not mention because they weren't. I'm sorry, I'm going back. Shadows in the Night is to Silent Shadows. By Natalie Walters will be released 3/31/20. Stars of Alabama will be released 4/7/20. This is one thing I don't like about Christian Bookstore. You got that in the March category, but it's April release date. Okay, I think I'm good with the other ones. Dora of Cana by Angela Hunt. This one is set to be released on 3/31, and it is about, the product description reads, Thomas and Tasman, twin siblings, hired to oversee a wedding feast in Cana, worried when the host runs out of wine until a guest tells Tasman to have the servants fill the pitchers by the gate with water from the cistern. Reluctantly, she obeys and is amazed when rainwater turns into the finest wine ever tasted in Cana. Y'all know who that is referring about, right? The wedding when Jesus turned water into wine. Okay. Just in case you didn't know. When Thomas impulsively decides to follow the teacher from Nazareth, he and Tasman argue. Since the twins had been together since the womb, Tasman can't accept losing her brother to some magician prophet. Aided by Jude, younger brother to Jesus of Nazareth, she decides to follow the Nazarenes group and do whatever she must to mend the fractured relationship and bring her brother home. So again, that is called Daughter of Cana by Angela Hunt. And that is it for my March releases. And then for April, Francine Rivers have a couple of books coming out in this month. I'm not going to get them because I have several of her books I have not read yet. And I will, hold off on those, so I'm not in a hurry. I don't think there's any more that I plan on getting. That is it. That was it for all the books that I plan on getting from between January through April of this coming year. I mean, of this year. We are already up in 2020 of this year. Now, in the beginning of the video, I told you guys I was back in school. I am super, super, super excited about being back in school. I'm only taking one class. This is for personal enrichment. It is not for a degree or anything like that. But it has the possibility of getting a certificate to become a certified person. I am taking American Sign Language. This is my book for it thus far. Ever since I was a little girl and I encountered my first deaf person in my classroom, I was super, super excited. She was signing, and of course, none of us knew what she was doing. And in fact, the teacher and a lot of the students felt like they were about to catch something, and it was unfortunate because, I went up to her trying to communicate, and of course, it wasn't happening because I couldn't understand her and she couldn't understand me. She was only in our class for a couple of days, and that opened up my eyes and my heart to want to learn how to sign, and I just never done it. Well, a couple of years ago, I put out on Facebook that, this is something that I wanted to do. And one person recommended a lady who used to do interpretation for our church. And she's an instructor who happens to be my instructor now. But another young lady reached out to me. And we talked about meeting up so she can show me some signs and stuff like that. But unfortunately, at the latter part of 2019, she passed away. And that put into me a fire. That put into me a more stronger desire, because it just reminded me life is so short and you don't know when, your time is going to be up. And I just didn't want to leave this world without fulfilling some of my bucket list items. This is a bucket list item. I pray that I become more fluent in it before my time comes. And I pray that, I get to meet and experience the deaf culture and be involved in it. So I'm looking forward to this challenge for me. So it might throw my videos off. I have to come up with a new video schedule because, hunting. This teacher don't play. There's no late assignments. There is no extra credit, nothing. So I got to be on the ball. Now, this is my only class. I feel for those who this class is not their only class, because hunting. Oh, maybe I'm getting old. I don't know which one of the two, but either or, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I had to figure out my schedule. But that is all I have for today, my anticipated videos. And I did want to share with you because I promised that I was going to talk to you guys about my class. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share this video. Leave comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Join the family. Of course, and click that post notification bell so you'll be notified of my next upload. Go ahead and follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, and over on my blog, all with the handles Quilting, Beauty, and Books. And like always, guys, until the next video, be blessed. Bye.